All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. No one's joined yet. Check, check. Hello, hello. Hello, how are you, Coach? Coach Hayes, how are you? Good to have you in. Uh, we're waiting for some people to join, so glad you joined us. All right, and we're going to get started now. Got real quick in the chat area there. Go ahead and message me where you're from, and love to see where you're from. I'm going to message you here. Hopefully you want to make sure that you got that, and also that you could hear me. So if you could go ahead and text something in there, that'd be great, just to confirm that you've got me, and then we're ready to roll. Perfect, Coach. All right, well, let's get started. Thank you so much for joining the field level webinar today, and we're going to talk about how to help football coaches like yourself really use the platform to its best ability in helping your athletes find more opportunities to play at the next level. I'm a football coach myself. I've been working for Field Level for about 2 years, but I've been a high school football coach for about 12 now. Fortunate enough to work with some of the best football programs in the Southern California area, a couple championships, all that kind of stuff. So it's been fun, and I do some private quarterback training as well. So I'm in the battle with coaching with you. I get it, and I'm always glad to get to talk to football coaches individually or in group settings. where I get to tell them a little bit more about what we do, who we are, and get you guys updated moving forward. So let's jump into the deck here so I can move you along with your night, get you some good information, and get you ready for your upcoming season. So really, I know that you as a coach are most likely just finished up your spring ball and you're moving into your summer practices, gearing up for the 2019 season, and want to make sure that you're dialed in with FieldLevel so you're able to use the platform to your best ability, help your athletes the most, and finding them a lot of options to play at the next level, whatever level that is. FieldLevel, if you haven't, the lay of the land that's going to be today is we're going to talk quickly about what FieldLevel is and how we work, and we'll talk about the core reason why you're in here today is learn how to place more athletes, and then you can ask questions if you'd like. FieldLevel, I'm not sure how knowledgeable you are about our system, but at our core, FieldLevel is the athletic network where coaches and athletes connect to discover, create, and pursue opportunities at the next level. I remember as a coach, when I was told about this, it was so impactful for me. I was at a program, had a bunch of athletes that could play at the college level. None of them were major Division I level kids, but Division II, Division III level athletes. And I really wanted to help them, explore those options as I was a Division III athlete. And I knew it was a life-changing experience for me getting to play college ball. And I wanted to make sure I was giving that opportunity to more and more kids. And I was doing so much work, just the spreadsheets and phone calls and emails. It was nonstop, and it was more work than sometimes more work than the actual getting ready for a game week, and just all the organization that I had to go into it and all the reaching out that I had to do. And then I found out about FieldLevel and how I'm able to connect with coaches nationwide and help my athletes find these opportunities. And it was so impactful for me as a coach that I loved it so much that I wanted to make sure that I stayed involved, and an opportunity opened up that I was able to obtain a job here, and it's been a great time ever since getting to help more coaches that besides just football coaches, but the other 10 sports that we carry. Which brings me to this next slide. These are the 10 other sports we carry: baseball, softball, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's volleyball, men's volleyball being the newest addition for us, men's and women's soccer, and then men's and women's lacrosse. If you've got friends that are on campus coaching any of those sports, we'd love if you were to go ahead and recommend us to them, or give them our information, and we can get them information about what we do, so you can save that time. But yeah, love that help. Some of our numbers over here on the network side: 61,000 plus teams, 90,000 plus coaches, 340,000 plus athletes, and 60,000 plus commitments, all on our platform. So it's fun to watch that and be a part of it. How FieldLevel works: we've got college coaches on here, which I'm assuming you've connected with by now. They sign up, they add their staff. As I'm assuming college coaches, those assistant coaches, either have geographical locations that they're responsible for recruiting, or positional responsibilities for recruiting. So they get those coaches on there. You're able to connect with them. They connect with you. They're able to search for athletes in our system using our search filter. They're able to post specific recruiting needs. Hopefully you've seen that within your feed so far. That's been, I'd say, about 6 months old. Is a new feature for us, and coaches are loving it. And then you're able to recommend athletes to colleges around the country, those coaches that you're connected with. And then you, the high school coach, you sign up. Hopefully you're adding your assistants, or if you're an assistant, your head coach is on, and then multiple guys on your staff are on the account. You guys connect with college coaches nationwide. You add and certify athletes to your roster. You collaborate with your athletes. You collaborate with your athletes' parents, which is very important. And then you're able to use our site to communicate with the coaches at the college level, and also your athletes as well. I'll dig into that a little bit later. And then lastly, the parents and athletes, they sign up. They connect with you, the coach reference. They build their profile, they build their target school list, which is a helpful tool for you. They're able to track college activity, as are you, by being able to mirror their sites. And then also they're able to communicate with you via our messaging platform, and they're able to communicate with college coaches that are contacting them. So first up is just your profile page. And good thing to know about your profile page is that it's just that. It's yours. A lot of coaches get on and think that it's the school's account or something like that. So when they leave the program or move on to another program, they think that they have to cancel that account and start a new one, which you then have to like start regenerating all those contacts. That is not the case at all. This is your account to move forward with you to different jobs and as you climb the ranks of the coaching profession. This is a great place to represent your experience, prove that you're a reliable source for recruiting new coaches. So I don't know, your experience, but if you're a new coach, great place to start building your experience and showing that off. And this is a place where you really get to brag about yourself. So we're now into the coach profile here. And first things first, you got to add a picture. It might sound simple, it might sound silly even a little bit, but many times, and I'm sure you can have the same feeling when you're on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or something where, or even LinkedIn, that when you go and you see somebody and their account, they don't have a picture on there, you think that they're not using it. So make sure you throw your picture in there. And so you're able to show everyone that you've gone through the various steps of putting your profile together, that you're putting the effort into it. Put that picture in there. It's funny, but it means more than you think. And then from there, go ahead and start adding your coaching experience. And we really recommend, and using the LinkedIn model, we have been compared to the LinkedIn for coaches. So go ahead and throw your information in there, all your job titles that you've had in coaching your ranks. Throw it in there. You're able to add those coaching jobs with that little plus button there. You click that button, it opens up an opportunity for you to fill in those coaching jobs that you've had. Next is you also get to add or change what's going on with your current job. So let's say you're an assistant coach and you want to click those 3 buttons to open up a drop-down menu, and you can edit that coaching position. So let's say you're an assistant or a coordinator and you are now the head coach. You can go ahead and add that new role there. Or if you're ready to leave the team because you've moved on to another school, you're able to do that as well by clicking the leave team button, which will then trigger you into a pattern of then putting in your new information of your new school and putting that and adding that into your profile page. Next is your playing experience. Throw that in there, whether you played the high school, college, whatever level that is, throw that in there. It's always good to, again, make this profile as robust as possible. And moving forward, there we go. And then next up here is the coaching honors and achievements. Brag about yourself. Go ahead and throw all that information in there. Whatever you've got, throw it in there. It's really important for you to show off, what you've done. There's areas in the world where it's a little tacky to show off all you've done. If you've got 5 championships, it's a little tacky maybe to wear all 5 championship rings to the supermarket. But this is a place where you get to show all that stuff off. So go ahead and throw all that information in there. Put your honors and achievements, things that you're really proud of, about your program, about yourself and your coaching experience. This is a great place for college coaches to see that. And just know that you're a qualified person to talk about athletes and qualified to talk about the recruiting process. And then lastly is education. Throw it in there. High school, college, masters, wherever it is, throw it in there. Again, the more the merrier, the more the better, and really helpful in helping college coaches make sure that they can, judge you, although it's not, maybe the best way to judge people, but right now the first thing that their first, experience with you could be with your profile. So you want to make sure that looks as good as possible. So throw all that information in there. And then when you do add education, you're able to easily click that add button there, that plus button, and it'll bring you to a page that has this box here where you can easily input that information. Not a whole bunch of stuff, real simple to put the school, degree, your start year, and your end year. Next up is removing athletes from your roster and adding alumni. This may sound like a small thing for right now, but I'm going to show you all the different steps and where that can ultimately build for you guys in marketing yourself. So remove those athletes from the roster, whether they're no longer part of your team, maybe they quit and they're no longer part of the program, or they were part of your program, they graduated on, they decided not to play at the college level. You can also assign where they athletes that were on your program as of this last year. So all the 2019 grads, let's say they moved on to play at the college level. You can remove them from your roster, but you can do it in a way where you're adding them to your alumni, which again, I'm going to show you guys can be a great marketing tool for you and your program. So you can do that. I'll show you guys that in a minute. I'll show you how to backfill your alumni from other jobs you've had in your past to, again, just make your placement map look great. and then I'll show you what that placement map looks like. So now we're on a roster page here, on your roster page, and go ahead and click those 3 little dots there. That's a menu button, and from there, you're able to use the drop-down menu to select whatever you're looking to do. So right now, let's talk about removing an athlete from your roster. So remove from roster, I've got an underline there, click that, bam, athlete's gone. They're not being added to your alumni, but they're just being removed. When you do want to announce a commitment, whatever it is, whether it's a junior college, a Division III, II, FBS, FCS school, go ahead, throw that in there under your announce commitment area. That'll trigger you to go to this page here where you get to put that information, their college, enter the name of the school, what kind of commitment it was, and then their commitment date. That'll go as part of your commitment and your placement map page. And again, I'm going to show you that in a little bit here. Next thing is backfilling your alumni. This is a really cool tool that we've added recently where as long as an athlete's graduation year matches up within the years that you're coaching at that program, we can backfill alumni. So let's say you're a coach at a certain school right now for the last 2-3 years, and you've got 3 other jobs that you've had over the years at 3 other programs, and those schools have had multiple kids move on to play at the college level, and you want to show off that you've been a part of that process, whether you were the main coach in the process or you were just on staff, you're able to show that you were part of that staff that moved those kids along to the college level. You can go ahead and add that stuff in there now by going to the add a team's placement placed athletes. That'll then bring you to a page where you'll go here and you'll add an athlete, and then from there, real simple, add their name, their class, their graduating class, their position, what college they committed to, and if you wanted to, you could add their email address, but you no longer need to do that. Before, we would make coaches send this on to their athletes to confirm it, but we know that's a huge pain in the butt as you're backfilling this as a kid that could have been graduated, years ago, and they're not going to likely go on and do this process. But we want to make sure that we're able to show off our users, our coaches' experience, and their success at moving kids on to the next level. So real simple to do that. And what happens next is all that accumulation of data about your athletes that you've moved on get put into this placed athletes map. And this is a fantastic marketing tool. As a coach myself that has worked at plenty of private schools over the years, I don't know about you guys on the webinar today, but whether you're in a public school or private school, there's a good chance that you're competing with other schools for athletes. And showing parents, showing athletes that you're working your butt off for every athlete that can play at the next level is a really good feeling for parents and athletes, that they know that they've got a coach as their advocate and is going to be working towards helping that athlete find the best college fit. And you're able to use this map to showcase that. And you can do it in multiple ways. You can just show them on the computer. You can just go to the page. You can put it on a TV screen in your office. You can print this out and put it in admissions paperwork or admissions packets for prospective athletes. So great tools to show all your connections, your profile views, what divisions are coming in at, and also where you've placed them, and then where you not only place them divisionally, but geographically. So again, an amazing tool to help really showcase your talent as a coach that can place athletes. Next up is building up your roster. So we've cleaned up your roster from last year. We've added athletes in the alumni area for previous jobs to really show off how good you are at placing athletes. Now let's start adding athletes to your current roster going into this 2019 season. Whether they are incoming seniors, juniors, sophomores, if they're playing a varsity sport, they're playing varsity football for you, and you think they can move on to play at the next level, they should be on your field level recruiting roster. So we'll go over adding athletes, certifying athletes, which is very important, and then your ability to mirror and edit athletes' pages. So let's go back to this roster page here. You can go to the roster page, and right there you're going to be able to see Add My Athlete. So click that button, Add My Athletes. That'll take you to this page here where you're going to enter your athlete's name. Very simple. From there, you go here, and then you would add that athlete's email address or the athlete's phone number, and then you would click the invite button, and that sends that athlete the invite to add to your roster. Again, very simple. And also, what we can do at FieldLevel, and as you guys know, FieldLevel is free for you. Another free feature that we want to give to you guys as coaches is we know that adding, let's say you've got 20 athletes you want to add, that's awesome, but it can be a little time consuming with adding a name and adding an email and adding a phone number. We'll do that for you if you'd like. All you would need to do is send us an Excel spreadsheet with their name, their phone number, or their email address, either way, and we're able to send those invites for you to kind of quicken that process. Next up here is once you've added these athletes and you've created this roster of kids, it's time to start updating their certification. So click on that little the three buttons there. Hopefully one of the things you learned today is those three little buttons mean something, the drop-down menu. And then one of the options there is update certification or certify the athlete in general. And that'll take you to this page here. And this is arguably one of the most important pages for a coach in our system. And again, the evaluation page. In that blank box, which is step 1, athlete evaluation, this is where you get to be as detailed as you can be about this athlete. And I recommend as a coach, we recommend as FieldLevel, and we hear this from the college coaches, is make sure that you guys talk about the athlete as a whole. Not just what they are like on the field, but what they are like in the weight room, what they're like in the classroom, what kind of leader they are on and off the field. Are they a leader within their friend group? What kind of attitude do they have? Are their teachers big fans of them or not? Go ahead and be honest in this evaluation. And by the way, this evaluation is completely private. Only you, your staff, and college coaches can see and read this. The athletes and the parents cannot see this, nor will they ever. They've tried before asking us, and we never say yes. So again, this is the opportunity for you to be an honest evaluator of your athletes, so you can keep that honest evaluation and that back and forth with coaches. Step 2 here is the projection, where you're able to project them at Division 1, 2, 3, or NAIA level. There's also a JUCO option as well in there. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but we're at junior college level. From there, you can go ahead and move on to the athletic measurements area, where that is also only a place where you can fill it out. Athletes can see that, but they are not able to see. They're not able to input that because we want to make sure that the coaches are being honest about that, and athletes can't go in there and fudge the numbers. Next up is being able to mirror an athlete's account. So you're able to go into an athlete's account and input information. Now, as a coach myself and most coaches that I talk to, they do want to see that the athlete is putting in the effort and updating their profile, putting in the information, so that shows you, the coach, that they're grinding away too. And we can all admit here, we love all of our kids that we coach, but at the same time, we're going to probably add a little more effort on our side for those athletes that are putting in the effort themselves, and you can see that by making sure that their account is filled out. And I got a little video here to show you, and really focus on the left-hand side here, as there are little edit buttons that you guys can fill in, and as you see here, you can hit those edit buttons and fill that information in as well. So again, I'm going to keep going through this video here where you can scroll through the profile, and all those different edit buttons are there for you to edit. But again, I would encourage as a coach to get the kids to do it, but if there's something wrong or something needs to be added, or maybe you're the one coach that has the ability to go get the transcripts from your registrar's office or the front office at your school and add that transcript in there, you can do that yourself as well. One thing I did want to show here is on the top of the page, there is this area here, performance update and video or link. Right in that little box there is an area where you can add film. So you can use your Huddle clip, YouTube, whatever it is, you can use that clip, you can use that link, insert it into that area, and that populates the film in the profile. So now college coaches can have a one-stop shop of information for athletes. They can get all their pertinent information on the left-hand side, your evaluations on the right-hand side, and watch their film in the middle. And as you guys know as football coaches, film is so important. We're all a bunch of film junkies. Whether it's evaluating our athletes, our practice film, game film, our upcoming opponents, whatever the case may be. Same thing with colleges. They're not going to be able to recruit an athlete that they can't watch, at least on film. So make sure that you're adding film, or make sure you're getting your kids to add film. And again, you can go into your, right now, this view here is from a coach's page that is in an athlete's page, and you're able to mirror that and see all that. So you're able to see what's going on. All right, next up is researching colleges. You're able to research colleges for your athletes. You're also able to point athletes in the right direction to go research colleges using our college search tool. I played high school football. I played college football. I coach high school football, and I've worked at field level for 2 years. And I am still learning about a new college that fields a football program every day. And there are so many options out there that would blow your mind, and from all the different divisions and from all over the nation. And so we do a great job of using the filtering area on the left-hand side here, where you and your athletes can put that information in, so you can add that information of what you think that athlete is looking for, and we'll start providing you various results and options for you to look into. And whether you're looking into the college or you're telling your athletes to look into the college, we will provide you some good options for you to do that. And it's been very helpful in just broadening horizons, opening up ideas, helping athletes and coaches consider schools that they may have not thought of recently in that search for the college, for the athlete to have more options and more opportunities at their fingertips. And then you can use our messaging platform within our site to contact your athletes, and which I think is really cool. So especially because I know there's some schools out there that have text rules where you're not allowed to text athletes. This is a real good tool to use to be in contact with your athletes about the recruiting process. You're a busy man, you're working all day, you're coaching, you're working, and let's say you carve out 10 o'clock at night and you're knocking out some recruiting work for your athletes, and you come across a great college using our search tool that you think would be a great fit for one of your athletes, and you want to let that athlete know, but it's too late to text, maybe you're not allowed to text. You can go ahead and fire off a message using our platform. They'll get that message, and they're able to then see what you have to say about the college opportunities or the college thoughts that you have for them. They can then go ahead and research that college. They can add that college to their target school list and really help you guys stay on the same page when it comes to the recruiting process. You're also able to use the messaging platform to connect with college coaches, which has been awesome. And we see so many ways that it's used, whether it's a college coach connecting with you or contacting you to learn more about an athlete, whether they're contacting you to get a profile release, whether they're just contacting you or you guys are contacting each other to just shoot the bull about football, talk about scheme. We've seen coaches meet via these messaging platforms and then become friends in person at AFCA or different clinics around their geographical area. We've seen jobs open up and college coaches reach out to high school coaches about jobs or vice versa. So great opportunity to network using our messaging platform here. And then next up is talking about promoting. I haven't gotten to talk too much about this yet, but I really want to, drive this home, is that you, the coach, are the most important person in the recruiting process. And that's a big thing that we really hang our hat on here at Field Level, is we know that the high school coach is the centerpiece of the recruiting process. We know that you're the best recommendation source. We know that college coaches want to talk to high school coaches first before they start recruiting athletes. They know at the college level that you are the most knowledgeable person about the athletes, both on and off the field, of what they're like in the classroom and on the field. And so they want to hear from you as much as they want to then start hearing from athletes later on to make sure that the athlete is interested in them as well. They at first really want to learn from you guys about these athletes. So you promoting the athlete is one of the 2 ways that athletes are found on field level, but it's definitely the most impactful way that athletes are found on field level, and it is you, the coach, promoting or recommending those athletes to colleges in your network. So in order to do that, you'll go to the promotions page. Again, here's a screenshot on the left-hand side there for you. Click the word promotions. That'll take you to a page where on the right-hand corner it has a promote button that'll drop down your athletes, and you select your athlete. From there, once you've selected your athlete, it'll take you to this page here where that bottom portion there, it's a little picture. It shows you like a little paperclip picture there where you're basically presenting a packet to this coach of information about your athlete. And on that original portion of the packet there is your evaluation, your projection, the information that you have about the athlete, like the pertinent information, their height, their weight, their grad year, things like that. And then you're able to go ahead and add recipients that you're going to send this promotion to, kind of like an email. And so you're able to go now to your network. The My Connections is highlighted in orange there. And from there, you're able to select the coaches in your network that you want to send this promotion to, whether it's 1 coach, whether it's 100 coaches. You're able to select those coaches, and I've got that there where those blue buttons that say add, they're now turned green, and it shows that they've been added to that list of coaches for promotions. And then from there, you go back to the page. You're able to write a little personal note. Maybe you want to update them on some success that athletes had. Maybe you're sending this promotion three games into your season. Halfway through your season, you're entering playoffs. You want to just share some quick stats about the athlete that are also connected with the evaluation that you have about them, and then encourage them to go and look at their film. So then that would get sent off to the college coaches, and they would have that in their promotion inbox. So again, promoting athletes, definitely the most impactful way for college coaches to learn about high school kids, and college coaches now are able to post specific recruiting needs to their network, so you're able to see that. If you have that need, you're able to then send them that athlete that meets their needs. So those are the quick things that I wanted to go over with you today with our platform. Hopefully it was helpful for you in clearing some things up and really cleaning up your old recruiting roster, adding more to it, and then being able to then promote your athletes to colleges around the country. Some of my contact information is there. That's my email, jfrench@fieldlevel.com. My phone number, 858-437-9364. And we've got a couple of social network platforms that we're on. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram and Twitter. All the handles are @FieldLevel. And that's me and my quarterback last year after our championship win. Great young man, and looking forward to seeing him do some big things this year as well. And so, yeah, and I now want to open it up for questions. And go ahead and you can either use the chat area or the question and answer area to answer or ask any of those questions. We're also always here to help. So for those of you that are still on in the webinar, if you have a question that you want to ask that maybe you don't want to ask right now, you can always contact me directly, and I'd love to get back to you. And we also do one-on-one demos with lots of our coaches, parents, athletes, all of the above. We're always here to be a resource of information, and whatever we can do to help, we're always here as well. So there's no questions, no problem. But yeah, please feel free to contact us individually. All right, well, I am not seeing any questions. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been fun. I love getting to talk to coaches. And again, this is obviously it's a bit of a personal side for me as a football coach myself. So glad to be a part of this today. And if you guys have any other questions, contact me. And if not, have a great rest of your night and a great weekend. Thanks a lot, everybody.